So today, I'm going to discuss the lens through which we must plan 21st century transportation. I'm the Associate Director of the Rudin Center for Transportation Policy and Management at New York University. We focus on timely issues in transportation, including new technologies, accessibility, and safety. And at the heart of our work is giving a megaphone to people and issues that may be on the sidelines in other transportation planning efforts. We frequently discuss the future of urban mobility, and at this point, it appears that transportation planners should adjust our trajectory a bit if we want more inclusive transportation in the future. Urban planning is becoming more intelligent every day, as you all know, through data collection and analysis, better infrastructure, more precise planning, and other means. However, mobility is only becoming intelligent for a portion of the population. By that, I mean several groups are being left behind, including lower income residents, women, people with different forms of disabilities, and a variety of residents who aren't currently represented in the planning rooms. I'd like to discuss these equity issues a bit further by way of several studies done at the Rudin Center. First, in mobility, economic opportunity, and New York City neighborhoods, the NYU Rudin Center looked at transit access in light of job access. That is, we ranked the city's 177 neighborhoods by how many jobs could be reached within 1 hour on public transit. Access to jobs by transit, as you know, is vital. The more jobs you can access, the more likely you are to earn a new, higher-paying job, or at least reduce your period of unemployment. To improve the standing of the kind of middle third, we have to make transit smarter, more efficient, and dynamic. For example, lower income households, as you can see in this chart by the New York City Controller, lower income households tend to travel at different rush hours. That is, they often travel earlier in the morning, at least in New York, because they tend to have hourly wage jobs. But when they travel in the pre-rush hour, they face these off-peak services. That is, they get local service with long headways. And that cuts into hourly wages especially. But now that we have data capacity, 21st century data collection to plan around a kind of revised rush hour, it's essential that we serve these hourly workers as well. And I'll get into more solutions in a bit. I'd like to start by talking about the pink tax, which is a mobility study we did at the Rudin Center. The pink tax is a term commonly used to describe the additional amount women tend to pay for products like deodorant or services like dry cleaning. The New York City Department of Consumer Affairs found that women pay 7% more for these goods and services. And so we wondered, does the pink tax apply to transportation? And that's not to ask whether women are paying more for the same subway ride. It's to apply the concept of when women tend to take taxis or other modes, how much more are they paying? Or if they are paying more, how much more are they paying than their male counterparts? A lot of women remarked that they couldn't even count the number of times they had been harassed on transportation. We didn't ask how many times has something happened to you. We just asked if it had happened. As a result of these real and perceived safety concerns, women change their behaviors. Dynamic transportation, which you can think of as sort of a fusion between a bus and an Uber. It carries many passengers to designated pickups and drop-offs, but can change routes as needed. It would help resolve the issues discussed earlier, like off-peak travel to work and safety concerns of transit riders, especially late at night. Yet another 21st century development is found in the emergence of micromobility, as I'm sure you're all aware. Increasingly, people are traveling using the right size vehicle for their trips. They're more frequently using active modes like bikes and scooters. They're making more chained trips. That is, transportation used to involved planning to go from home to work to home. But now it's home to work to picking up kids to grocery shopping to picking up something that the kid lost to then go home, not based on personal experience. This change in travel is powered by smartphones, as you know. Building out safe infrastructure, especially protected bike lanes or active use lanes, will promote safer, more efficient transportation for many types of users. The bonus benefits of protected bike lanes are improved pedestrian safety, perhaps parking locations for scooters and other dockless modes, and increased commerce at local shops, which we're seeing study after study show that bike lanes in commercial areas increase sales in those districts. I've certainly not covered all concerns or solutions in terms of equity and the future of transportation, but I want to summarize my points in this way. Intelligent transportation subsists on 5 key elements: reliability, data, safety, communications, and diversity. And as we add intelligence to maximize our vehicle and driver and passenger throughput, we have to keep in mind the experience. Are people safe, comfortable, and accommodated? Thank you all.